Okay, what's up, people? I just wanted to speak on this for a second because I don't talk about it a lot, I guess, on my channel. But I am a One Piece fan. I watch the anime, I read the manga, I've seen the movies and everything, and I got Power Warriors 3. But I need to speak on this because it's been bothering me for quite some time, ever since the time skip. Really, the just the amount of fights that Oda has told us happened, but we never see it in the manga. Or this would be a great opportunity for them to expand on the anime and make in canon filler. You know what I mean? Instead of making up a whole, not as interesting filler arc, why don't they give us in canon filler like Aokiji versus Akainu, the Whitebeard Pirates versus Blackbeard? You know how they talked about that on Zou. And now in this recent chapter in the manga is Sanji got a raid suit. He put the raid suit on, and he fought Page One, the dinosaur dragon thing, whatever. And we didn't even see the outcome of the fight. He started fighting him, and it looked cool. It was a cool Sanji fight with the, you know what I mean? And they just skipped it. I don't know what this is. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of in a tug of war with it because I can see where Ichiro Oda is taking. Maybe he wants to focus more on getting through the story and not to make the arc longer. But at the same time, here's the thing. Oda, there's two ways to make an arc longer. You can do it in the good way by, going into detail and giving us some good fights, which the pre-time skip was full of that, and there was no problem. But it seems like ever since the time skip, or better yet, since especially after Dressrosa, it's like the fighting has slowed down tremendously. We got quick fights, we got quick little skirmishes, little quick fights all over the place during Whole Cake Island. And now we're here on Wano, and it's just, I don't know, like, mind you, most of Kaido's army is full of not very strong dudes. Like, honestly, like these 6 flying riders and the what do they call the commanders, his three top dudes or whatever. Like, so altogether he has about 9 people in his corner that can actually fight, can fight on that level in Wano with the Straw Hats. You know what I mean? But the rest of those guys, those fake devil fruit guys with the crappy animal things, they can't fight the Straw Hats. Come on. So I'm just saying, like, they don't take long to defeat, but at the same time, it's like, when are we... Oda needs to get back to drawing some fights, dude. I understand he wants to get through the story. He wants to keep the story flowing. I'm sure. I understand that. But like I said before, why not just put that in the anime? You know what I mean? Like, just use that in the anime. Use that as your in-canon filler instead of coming up with a whole fake filler arc that nobody cares about and nobody's even gonna watch because it's not canon. Why don't you use that opportunity? Just give us a whole episode breaking down what happened after Marineford with this guy, Aokiji. Explained. I'm sure they're gonna, at some point, they have to explain why he, what happened, why he left the Marines after he fought Akainu. When he fought Akainu, it was like Oda said it. We all got excited. You know what I mean? They showed us like a picture of it, and we obviously know that it became Punk Hazard. But why? You know what I mean? If they didn't want to show it to us right then, that's fine. But at some point, I feel like we should just get at least a good 10 minutes of an episode dedicated to what happened with these 2 characters and why it led to one of them leaving his position as a Navy Admiral and going to join Blackbeard. It just, I don't get it. I just, speaking of skipping fights, Fujitora and where's my boy at? Sabo. These 2, because they fought on Dressrosa, and then the Revolutionary Army clashed with the Navy and the world government in the manga during the Reverie. You know what I mean? They clashed, and it was in the newspaper, and we never... Oda skipped that too. Like I don't understand why are they... this Reverie arc is about to come up in the next few weeks in the anime. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if we don't get anything out of it, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Like Oda has to and the thing that makes it so, the thing that really hits me the hardest about this situation is this guy. Everything through Oda, Doflamingo hyped up the Throne Wars. When after Dressrosa, when Doflamingo was chained up in the ship talking to Suru about, oh, now that you taken out me, Doflamingo, and I don't have my strings on all these monsters, all the monsters in the world are gonna run loose. The supernovas, the you know what I'm saying, the Shichibukai, the warlords, the Marines, the everybody, all the factions are gonna go crazy. And it's happening. It's not that Oda isn't following through on that. He's just not showing any of it to us. We just hear about it in the newspaper. It's like, that's not cool to me. Like, and again, if he mentions it happens in the manga, it should be done in the anime if he's not going to do it in the manga. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying. Cuz it's getting real frustrating to see like there's nothing going on. Like, for instance, and this is what I'm talking about, take a guy like Blackbeard. What if in the pre-time skip Blackbeard and Ace fought? What if we didn't see this fight in the manga and the anime? What if we didn't see this fight and we just heard that, oh, Ace got captured by Blackbeard? You know what I mean? Like, are you serious? Like this is what I'm talking about. Like, this fight was tremendously important, obviously, and it set up, so many future events with every character in the series. But like, what if we didn't see this fight? That's what I'm saying. What if we didn't see this fight and we just read about it in the newspaper and Marco versus Blackbeard? What if we didn't see that? What if we didn't see that? What, you know what I mean? Or we did. I guess we didn't see that. That's the problem. Oda is skipping mad fights that are actually important, and I just, you know what I mean? Like, and he had a whole chapter dedicated to that announcer dude on Dressrosa, trying to cheer Luffy on to get up to go back and fight Doflamingo again. You dedicated an entire chapter to that. Like how that. I love One Piece, but these are the things that frustrate me about One Piece from a fan's perspective, man. I'm frustrated with this. And then Sanji got the raid suit. He put it on. He looked cool. The whole black ninja, Germa 66 thing he had going on. And we saw him start to fight page 1. It was looking cool. I thought, the next chapter would come back and the fight would still be going on. But nope, it's over. And then we come to this guy Zoro, who this is where Oda has completely failed. Well, not completely. Zoro's done. He's done some cool stuff since the time skip, but everybody is waiting to see Zoro draw his sword on somebody who can fight on par or even maybe a little stronger than him. Who's going to push Zoro to his limits so we can see his best techniques? Because up until now, I do not think that we've seen Zoro at the top of his game, and I want to see this is Zoro's opportunity to shine here in Wano. I don't care what anybody says. Zoro needs to get a moment. You know what I'm saying? Because Zoro had so many moments. Every arc, pre-time skip, Zoro had a moment where he had to go up against somebody, and he not only did he grow stronger from the fight, but he won. You know what I'm saying? He won the fight. You know what I'm saying? But he struggled to win the fight, and he got stronger. He learned a new technique. That's how Zoro gets stronger through fighting, as proven evidence by his training during the time skip. You know what I mean? Unlike, I guess Luffy and Zoro kind of had this they both fought against animals, for their time skip training. They both constantly were fighting animals and building up their strength. So it's like, obviously we know Luffy and Zoro, and again, Luffy just fought Katakuri and the other Sweet Commander, Cracker, and Doflamingo. All these powerful guys Luffy's going against, he gets a little bit stronger, and we get to see his You know what I mean? We get to see the limits of Luffy's power and how much stronger he's truly, become in recent times. And Zoro, just Oda has not been doing this. That's how Zoro grows too. That's why he's the second strongest. The reason why Zoro is always the second strongest Straw Hat is because he's just like Luffy when it comes to growing stronger through fighting, like a Saiyan in Dragon Ball or something like that. You know what I mean? But Oda is just not. He's not doing it for Zoro, and Zoro. If Oda doesn't do it here in Wano, I don't know if we're ever are we ever gonna see Zoro tie the bandana on his head and really put the sword in his mouth and really go after somebody for real? Because he cut the statue, but that was like butter. He cut that statue, the Pika thing like butter. That wasn't a challenge for, what I'm saying. Zoro did that pretty casually. Didn't break a sweat. Zoro didn't break a sweat. You know what I mean? I want to see an opponent that can really fight Zoro and give him a run for his money. And I want to see Zoro's real raw techniques. And then of course we have this whole speculation of his eyeball, the one that's closed. If he opens that, does he have a Sharingan or something? Does he have like a special? But here's the thing that's interesting. I guarantee, my theory on Zoro's other eye that's closed is, I think, because you notice ever since the time skip, all Zoro's techniques have been based on like dragons. Like all Zoro's attacks since the time skip have been based in like dragons. You know what I'm saying? Like a dragon tornado, dragon, whatever, dragon. All his attacks have been basically dragons. Dragon or animal based, right? And that he had that pre-time skip. But I think when he starts to use his haki, he has a demon aura, because his strongest techniques pre-time skip were demon aura, not the dragon techniques, but the demon aura techniques, that's where his most deadly attacks were pre-time skip, was his demon. So maybe when he opens up this eye, it's red like a demon, but he can only open that eye when he's using haki on his sword, so his swords turn black. And I think that's what I want to see. I want to see Zoro's demon sword attacks, because he has not used any, I don't think, since the time skip. He's only used dragon techniques. But the thing is, his dragon techniques now are strong enough to deal with most opponents. So when is Zoro gonna get an opponent? You know what I mean? When is Zoro gonna get an opponent to where he can actually use his haki? You know what I mean? Because he used it on Pika, but that wasn't a real fight for Zoro. Zoro was casual doing that. He handled that in a matter of no time. So just let's get Zoro a fight. I'm sorry, let's get Zoro a fight. And the rest of the Straw Hats, I want to see the rest of this. You know what? I'm not as interested. Maybe Sanji, but the rest of the Straw Hats, they're not like super fighters or anything. So, but every now and then I want to see them, fight too. I want to see the other Straw Hats, get a good fight in every now and then. But really, Luffy's been getting fights. Luffy's had plenty of fights, but Zoro, I want to see Zoro have a fight like Luffy did with Katakuri. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's a very Zoro-ish way that you know what I'm saying, the way Luffy had to fight Katakuri. The reason why it was so cool and so epic was because that's how Zoro usually goes at his opponents. Think back to Mr. One on Alabasta. Remember that? Remember that fight? That was very much like Luffy and Katakuri, where Zoro had to pull something out. Zoro had to grow in that fight the same way Luffy had to grow in strength, in observation haki or whatever, to understand how to defeat Katakuri. Because before that, Luffy stood no chance, the same way Zoro stood no chance against Mr. One, Das Bones. He didn't, because his body was all of blades, So yeah, this is just a short video. I'm sorry. This video, I didn't want to ramble too long, but yeah, I had to get that off my chest, because it's getting real frustrating to see. Oh, when's this guy coming back? We know he's not dead. He flew to the moon. Where is he at? I want to see him come down from the moon. He needs to come down from the moon. And Lucci, we saw him recently in the Reverie. Spoiler alert. Like I said, this is for manga. If you don't read the manga, you're gonna get spoiled. But yeah, Rob Lucci's coming back in full force. I'm saying it's safe to assume that he probably has hockey now. He's probably grown a lot stronger. He's a monster too. I want to see him fight somebody. Would have been a great opportunity to see Lucci versus Sabo. That would have been a great fight. But Oda chose to skip it, man. Pray for Kuma, man. Kuma's in a bad spot right now. Pray for Kuma. But yeah, I guess we can end it there. Yeah, Fujitora, man. I want to see more Fujitora. Also, Green Bull. Green Bull's not in this game, obviously, but I want to see Green Bull, the other admiral. I'm guarantee you he's a plant. I guarantee you his devil fruit is gonna be like photosynthesis, like he's a plant and he can do like Pokemon, like solar beams or solar beam or something like that. He's gonna have some raw powers. His powers are gonna be crazy, like plant based, because we've never seen a devil fruit that was a plant. I think he's gonna be because I remember Fujitora said he didn't eat, which tells me he probably only drinks water. Though he eats through photosynthesis. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other Admiral, Green Bull, do something. Kizaru, man, R.I.P. Kizaru's Japanese voice actor, by the way. But yeah, so I want to see Kizaru fight, and Akainu, Fleet Admiral, I want to see him fight. Garp, I want to see some Garp stuff. Smoker and Tashigi, man, they were embarrassing. They embarrassed themselves on Punk Hazard, man. Next time we see them, man, they better be monsters, both of them. Next time we see them, because if they come as strong as they were on Punk Hazard, they're not gonna survive the battles to come. They got to get stronger. I hope they come back stronger. Where's Jinbei? Is he gonna join the crew or what? Is Jinbei gonna join the Straw Hats? We don't know. Where's Boa Hancock? She chilling. Marco, we saw Marco recently. R.I.P. Whitebeard, R.I.P. Ace. Shanks, what's up with this guy, Shanks, man? I'm still trying, man. Shanks, he's the most mysterious character in the whole show. Why is he always traveling? Where's he at? What does he do? What's he all about? What are his goals as a pirate? We don't know. We don't know anything about this guy. We need to learn more about Shanks. Mihawk. I'm always matter of fact, Mihawk is actually concerned that the Shichibukai system, the warlords, might be terminated thanks to Fujitora. So you know what I mean, Fujitora might be fighting for his life pretty soon. You know what I mean? He might be back on the run as a pirate. He might have to fight, you know what I'm saying? He might have to fight against everybody that he was just allied with pretty soon. Crocodile, my boy, I love Crocodile. Love Crocodile. You know, we saw him recently for a quick second in the manga. He was sitting down at drinking coffee or something, but it's safe to assume he's in the new world, but we don't know where he's at, what he's up to. I want to learn. I want to see some more Crocodile. Moria, who we all thought was dead, he actually came back and tried to go up against Blackbeard, which no. Buggy, everybody's favorite Buggy. I don't know what this guy's. I don't know what. Buggy's a mystery too. We don't know what this guy's gonna do. No, nobody knows what's up with him. Perona, I don't know. But yeah, just talking about just One Piece in general and why is Oda skipping fights? My boy Law, I love Law. You know what I'm saying? Love my boy Trafalgar Law. But honestly, like seeing how strong Luffy is, and we know Eustace Kid is strong. I think Law's getting kind of left in the dust for real. He's not as strong. Law's not as strong as Luffy and Kid, I don't think. He's not on their level. I don't know what Law. I don't think Law is going to get any stronger than he is now. Because if he was in jail, you know what I mean, maybe. But he's never been like the fighter type like Luffy and Kid. He's always been more of an intellectual, strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to figure things out as opposed to going in all out fight like Luffy and Kid like to do. So yeah. He's definitely not as strong as those two. He's not on their level. But yeah, so I guess that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I wonder if the rest of the Straw Hats are going to go off. Usopp has hockey. and these three obviously have Haki. But the rest of these guys, are they going to get Haki? Are they going to get a little stronger? Who knows? Brook, I could see Brook getting Haki. Maybe Frankie, maybe Chopper, but Nami and Robin, I don't know. I can't say. I can't say for them. But anyway, yeah, so just, that's it. One Piece, stop skipping fights, or at least put it in the anime, if not the manga. That's pretty much all I had to say. Alright, peace out.